Bert, we need to talk.
To talk? Can you make it quick? The next race is about to begin. What do you want? You know I'm in a bad mood unless I'm doing what I want to do. If you have something to say, say it. As you can tell, I'm really busy.
It's been 6 months since your mother has passed away, and Sage is now working and on her own. I think it's about time for me to be free as well.
What nonsense! You want to be free? Even now you're living however you please.
Do you really think so? I want to be free of you. Your jobs never last. When I ask you to find a new job, you fabricate an illness and stay in bed. Yet you are never too sick for gambling, drinking, or having your own fun. I even took you to the hospital for a checkup, but the doctor said you were in perfect health.
How am I supposed to know? That doctor is probably a fake. You know my health issues are psychological. It's fatal, so there's no cure.
I stayed with you up to now because your mother was very nice to me. And when I considered our daughter Sage, I thought divorce was not the answer. But I've had enough. I don't have any feelings towards you. None at all. So please, divorce me.
Are you leaving me? I'm not working, and at this age, who'd hire me? If you abandon me, you're leaving me to the wolves. And if I die, it will be your fault.
Stop with the sob story already. You don't know how hard I've been working while hoping you would change one day. But you'll never change. I'm sorry I had such high expectations.
I can't be held responsible for your expectations. Anyways, I'm not worried. There's no way you'd leave me.
I've decided. I'll file for the divorce. I'm serious.
Fine, whatever. The race is about to begin. See ya.
Where are you? Mom passed out. They've taken her to the hospital.
Oh, it's you, Sage. How have you been?
What are you saying? How can you ask me how I am? Mom passed out. Don't you care?
There's no way Mom would pass out. I know you're lying. She's as healthy as a horse.
She was overdoing it. They said she worked herself to the bone. It's all your fault.
What are you talking about? How could it be my fault?
How? It's all your fault. You care more about your own fun than working. You gamble away Mom's hard-earned money at the horse races. You complain she doesn't give you enough money. You hardly ever come home. Mom had to take care of Grandma and the house all by herself. I had to work, so I could only help her on the weekends.
So that's why you think it's my fault? Then it's your fault as well, as you left home.
I left home as I couldn't bear to spend any more time in the same space as you. Unlike you, I work hard and take care of myself without depending on anyone else. You go out and leave Mom with all the responsibilities.
I can't help it if I can't work. I'm sick, you know. Do you want to kill me?
What? You aren't sick. You don't work because you don't feel like it. Anyhow, Mom has been admitted to the hospital. She'll be here for some time.
Really? Well, how long will she be in the hospital? And who's gonna take care of my meals while she's in the hospital?
All you're worried about is your meals? I can't believe it. The doctors told me Mom has cancer.
Cancer? Like a dancer? Just joking. She's overworked, and she has cancer. Well, that's deep.
What's funny about that? It's not at all funny.
Oh, that's what this is about.
What?
This is her plan. She's using this to divorce me. She's saying she's sick so she doesn't have to come home. She thinks this way I'll agree to the divorce.
Are you out of your mind? Mom's illness and the divorce are unrelated.
It's okay, you don't need to pretend. Sorry to drag you into our mess, Sage. You're a good daughter, looking out for Mom. She just wants me to pay her more attention. We're bound for life. She can never leave me. I know she's still madly in love with me.
You're living in your own fantasy world. I give up. I'll take care of Mom on my own. I won't let you take advantage of her anymore.
Mom and I have known each other for a really long time. I know her better than anyone else. Tell Mom to arrange something for my meals. Hey, Sage, I can't get in touch with Mom. Do you know anything? Tell her to transfer some money into my bank account. I haven't had a decent meal in ages. She hasn't been home, so my life's a mess.
I'm on my way to the funeral. I don't have time to deal with the likes of you.
What? Funeral? Whose?
Mom's. Remember when I told you she had cancer? When the doctors discovered it, it was already too late. Her cancer was terminal.
She had terminal cancer? No one told me anything.
I told you she had cancer. You're the one who chose not to believe it. You weren't concerned about Mom working too much or being sick. I didn't want someone like that to bother Mom's remaining life. That's why I didn't say anything further.
I don't know what to believe. What's gonna happen to me? How am I expected to live?
You aren't a kid. You should be able to take care of yourself. I'm the one who can't believe what's going on in your head. Rather than being sad Mom's passed away, you're worried about yourself? But as the funeral hasn't begun yet, I guess I can let you know where it will take place. Personally, I don't want to see you there. But if you have any remorse or appreciation for Mom, I guess this will be your last chance to tell her.
She's really dead? Not Mom making you lie for her.
It's the truth. Don't make me repeat myself so many times.
It's true. So that means all of Mom's possessions, her money and all, are mine. Do you know when I'll get them?
Unbelievable. After all that I've said, is money the only thing you care about? You really are the worst.
It's important. Oh, I'm so relieved. All's well that ends well, right? I thought I was going to end up on the streets and die alone.
That may still happen.
What do you mean?
Why do you presume all of Mom's money will go to you? I haven't forgotten all the pain you've caused her through the years.
I'm her husband. I'm sure there's some law that says I'll inherit her assets.
Not a single penny from Mom's assets will fall into your hands. It's all been donated. Mom left me a portion as a gift for when I get married. But the rest of the money, it's all gone.
You must be lying. Why'd she do that? What do you mean donated? Who gets the money?
She obviously didn't want you to have any of her money. She gave it to someone who needed it to pay for their medical treatment. Mom was such a generous person, even until the end. Unlike you, who only thinks about himself. Wake up and realize Mom has washed her hands of you.
You little brat. What about the inheritance from my mother? She was managing it. It was my mother's, so it's only logical that I should receive it.
Oh, about that. Grandma left everything to Mom.
What?
You know Grandma was apologizing to Mom until the day she passed away. Grandma was so sorry about how she raised you and how much trouble you had caused Mom. That's why she left Mom the money. She wanted Mom to use it for herself. She arranged it with her lawyer so Mom would inherit it all without any problems. And the inheritance from Grandma has been donated due to Mom's passing.
It's a lie. Why would she?
Face it, both Grandma and Mom were sick of you. They gave up on you. Even I hate to think of you as my dad.
Listen, Sage, you received some money from Mom, right? How about sharing a portion of it with Dad? If it's a wedding gift, it should be a sizable amount. Dad has no other means to survive.
Why would I give you the money Mom didn't want you to have? Plus, I would rather die than have you waste any more of Mom's money.
In that case, Why don't you move back in with your old man? The house is in my name, so there's no issues. I won't even charge you rent. It's a win-win for you, right?
It's a lose-lose. You're planning on mooching off of me next? You don't need to come to the funeral. Don't contact me ever again.
Sage, I'm all that's left of your family.
It makes no difference to me whether you're alive or dead. I don't have the time to deal with the likes of you. I'm really busy. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have a family anymore. After all of that, Dad continued living at home as the house was in his name. I don't know how he managed the utilities bill. Regardless, within a few months, he disappeared without a trace. When I entered the house using my mother's key, I saw he had sold many household items to support himself. I went through and cleaned up my mother's possessions and vowed never to return to that house. After Mom found out her cancer was terminal, she used medicine to dull the pain, and for the remainder of her life, did all the things she wanted to do. It was only 1 month, but she watched Broadway shows and ate in Chinatown. After a long time, I saw she was truly enjoying herself, even laughing out loud. If I had known her fate, I would have forced her to leave that house sooner. I'm filled with regret. But I cannot forget if Mom hadn't met Dad, I wouldn't have been born. Mom told me how happy she was to spend time with me before she passed. She truly was wasted on my dad. A lot of people attended her funeral. She will be missed by many people. The sick person Mom donated her money to, he came to visit me once he got better to thank me. He promised to honor Mom's donation by living for both himself and Mom. Whenever I think about how Mom even saved someone's life, I become misty-eyed. After some time, the one person who kept torturing my mother, yes, my father, came to visit me. He said he had become ill and asked me to give him money for his treatment. Of course, I refused and said I no longer had a father. Perhaps my kind mother would have given him some money. The thought did cross my mind, but Mom chose not to leave him any money. I know it was intentional, so I'm sure Mom would have turned him away as well.